Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, December 4th, and we are continuing with our annual theme, which is Living Everyday Wonder. Our topic for this month is community, and the topic for this week is longing to belong. Some suggested books for reading this month are Ordinary Wonder by Charlotte Beck and Community, The Structure of Belonging by Peter Block. Each week, we start with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from December 4th, 2014. Just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to take these words as your own, if you so choose. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. And that life is universal life expressing through me. My whole life is spiritual, creative, productive, and worthwhile. Because the life I express is the life of God. I am now poised and relaxed in living universal life. I sense and feel peace, harmony, and serenity flowing through me because my life is rooted in God as a perfect, healthy, and whole expression of universal intelligence. In a loving way, life created me out of the essence of pure spirit, and I am absolute life in progress. I rejoice at this moment in time and space because my awareness of who I am is a gift from a greater power than I am. The power is God. In celebrating universal life, I have gained a deeper appreciation of my own life. I give thanks for all that is and all that is yet to come. I release my word to law, knowing that all is well, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend George Ruffin from Fort Worth, Texas. And as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. This is supported by our vision, creating the life you desire. And also with our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So I'd like to once again welcome everyone. Please know that everyone is accepted and valued here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, where we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind. And we honor all faiths, all paths, and all traditions. So please know that wherever you are in this life, however you are presenting, please know that you are welcome and valued here. So as I mentioned, we are teaching a philosophy called the Science of Mind. And it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And we honor diversity in all aspects, so we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the science of mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are now meeting at noon in person at number 232 Calle Venezuela on the rooftop. Hang out with us after the service for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you have any questions or comments, you can post them online, send me an email, or chat with me in person. Either way, I'd be happy to respond. So there is a deep longing within each and every one of us to belong. The bigger truth is that we already belong by the simple fact that we are here. Community is the invisible membrane that we all live inside of. Community is where we play out our lives on a bigger scale, both consciously and unconsciously. It's the first circle in what ultimately creates our larger societal structures, beginning with family, all the way through to the culture of a country. And at the micro level, it's our individual choices that influence not only our own experience, but the character and subtext of our community. The beautiful alchemy of a community unfolds when we come into realization that through our spheres of influence, we intersect with the greater whole each and every day. And this is the point of power. When we begin to make decisions on how we wish to be in a community and actively welcome those we previously may have been unaware of. This is how our diverse world becomes a living gift to all of us. Celebrate December in a full awareness of our unique gifts while seeing those gifts that are all around us as we enter into the bigger idea of community. So one of the comedians, Groucho Marx, more memorable catchphrases was that he would never wish to be part of a group that would have him as a member. And yet, he was the core of the Marx Brothers. Well, we all want to belong. And it is through this desire to belong that community occurs. Our opportunity lies in consciously creating a community through our active individual gifts. And the science of mind leads people into wholeness. Wholeness is both an individual experience and the peace and wholeness that expresses through the collective expression of oneness. Being in community, creating an inviting space where not only the individual, but the community flourishes, assists in creating a world that works for everyone. And this is a similar progression to that of the four kingdoms of consciousness. evolving from to me, by me, through me consciousness to as me consciousness. When I choose to embody belonging, I acknowledge my unique gifts and prepare myself to share them in service to a bigger idea. I'm also prepared to see and acknowledge the gifts of those that are around me. In other words, my actions set into motion the conscious creation of community. And I started this center here in Puerto Vallarta to be a spiritual community for all. Everyone is welcome to attend and to feel a sense of belonging here. When I first attended the center in Kelowna, I saw a sign on the back of the stage that was most welcoming. It simply read, "Welcome home." And I know that I'm not the only one that felt warmly accepted into the community. And I'll share this similar story. Karen was 37 years old when she first set foot in a center for spiritual living. She was married, had one child, yet she came alone. Her husband wasn't in support. Yet she felt called to show up. But she didn't know anyone. The room was small and people were friendly. The talk was good, and she felt comfortable enough to return the next Sunday and the one following that. And on both of those occasions, she left as soon as the service had ended. She left without speaking to anyone or even waiting to shake hands with the minister. On the third Sunday, the talk moved her to tears. Unable to move, she sat in her chair as volunteers began packing up the other chairs. And then one member approached her and gently asked, "How are you?" She felt embarrassed, yet seen. For the first time in years, she felt like she belonged. She had been invited in. She saw that even while crying, even at her most vulnerable, she belonged. Jim Lockhart wrote this in his book, The Beloved Community. The beloved community unfolds as us. And our human need to belong is our innate state of being. Almost all aspects of our lives is organized around belonging to something. We come into this world with a need to belong to someone. Without belonging, we die, we wither, and we experience a failure to thrive. When we have a sense of belonging and support, we are more resilient and better able to cope with difficult times throughout our entire lives. Here's another quote from the beloved community. When we come into community, we are recognizing the soul's call to commune with others in actualizing more of our potential to love and to be of deep service to creation. So when I was a young girl, I belonged to the Girl Guides organization, and later as a junior forest warden. As a teenager, I belonged in the school band and some sports teams. But belonging isn't simply about being part of something else, like part of a club. It's more about the contentment and satisfaction that we both give and receive to and from that something else. I didn't really feel a sense of belonging until I became a member of the Center for Spiritual Living community. I began volunteering, attending classes, and became a licensed spiritual practitioner and eventually a minister. And that's when I really felt the giving and receiving connection of belonging. In the book Living the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes wrote this: what would happen if we could convert the energy of fear to faith, the energy of doubt and uncertainty, into a feeling of belonging to the universe and being safe in it? Would not the original artist himself go forth into new creation through us? So sometimes we protect ourselves from the fear of rejection by saying, I don't belong here, to this spiritual community, to the city, country, whatever. And this can be a way of continuing that delusion of separation. We isolate ourselves to avoid the pain of the anticipated rejection. We need to lean into our urge to belong, which calls us to be both vulnerable and transparent. In his book, Community, The Structure of Belonging, Peter Block wrote this: social fabric is created one room at a time. So December 8th marks Bodhi Day, and it's a Buddhist holy day which is celebrated in Japan. And the tradition includes starting the day by decorating a ficus tree, the tree of awakening, with strings of multicolored lights and beads, symbolizing the varied paths to nirvana and signifying the unity of all. It is the recognition that makes this practice come to life. In your seat right now, you belong. You are of spirit, a divine being of light. In this month of light, each of you is a bright light on that tree of awareness. You belong here, and you have been called here. Simply being you is enough. Thomas Moore, author of Care of the Soul, wrote this: soul yearns for attachment, for variety in personality, for intimacy and particularity. So it is these qualities in community that the soul seeks out, and not like-mindedness and uniformity. And so that brings us to our call to action. So acknowledging now that you belong by putting your hand over your heart and say the words, I belong. And as you leave today, extend that feeling outwards. Find someone and stop them and say, I am grateful you are here. You belong. And I'll leave you with this quote from Peter Block: if the essence of community is to create structures for belonging, then we are constantly inviting people who are strangers to us and one another into the circle. And finally, our affirmation for the week: wherever I go, I belong. And so now is our time for mindfully giving back to where you are spiritually fed. All donations are gratefully received through either PayPal or Tithely on our website, or in cash in person. You can also send a check by mailing it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. You can find our PayPal or Tithely links by going to our website, www.cslpv.org. And they are both on the landing page as well as on the page with the replay of previous talks. And now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So please know that your donations help us to continue with the center here in Puerto Vallarta. And each year we donate 10% of your donations to a local charity that helps the women in the Banderas Bay area, the women that have been displaced through violence in the home. So every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter the amount. And so now for some of our announcements. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with your emotions or change or whatever you're experiencing in life or would like to experience more of, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact us so that you can receive the correct current forms. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will once again be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which will be held online. And this course will be offered in the first week or so of January. We'll also be teaching the Essential Earnest Homes class starting in January in English via Zoom and in person in Spanish. And both of these will start the beginning of January as well. So please connect with me or check out our website to find out all the details. And please let me know if there's another course, a workshop, or book study that you would be interested in taking so that we can plan dates for these as well. In the meantime, let's continue with practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, consideration, and also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Namaste.